Alderman on the Sky, episode number 2 has arrived. Now, this series is really impressing me in different ways than I was expecting, because I was really liking the first episode, I was digging the previews before it even aired, but I don't think I ever thought I would enjoy it for the reasons I currently am. Really, this main character is a very twisted and unique individual, and not in the sense that, he's broken and he has this tragic past that, is causing him to not have feelings or anything like that. He's twisted and complicated in the sense that he just feels very realistic, and his motives are so unclear. What drives him to pretty much do the things he does is hard to pinpoint, and for that, it has my respect, because not a lot of anime or manga do this type of approach, where you have a main character who, on the outside, he seems like, kind of a carefree guy. He doesn't take much to basically authority-based figures, though he does have an insane temper that is actually a little scary. We saw in episode 1 when he grabbed the princess, and you can see later when the princess is asking him about his mother, and he basically flips and threatens to kill her, but also you can't really get an idea of what he really wants to achieve. Like, he basically gets all three things he wants at the end of this episode, because they do end up saving the princess, and we'll get to how they do that in a little bit. But he gets everything he wants, but it's the worst day of his life, and really my thought there is probably because he doesn't feel like he truly earned it, maybe, or maybe because now he is locked down into this basically soldier path, and he didn't agree to it, though he did want this type of lifestyle. He was just forced onto it. He didn't have this choice. So he seems to me like he's the type of character who wants to choose his life and make things happen when he sees fit. And when he gets locked down into things, it causes him to pretty much get super depressed. You see him at the end, he's just by himself, pretty depressed. We have our main female, Yatori, come in, tries to cheer him up, but he's just really down. And I don't know, it's just hard to explain what this type a character is. Like, really, I don't really have a character to compare him to, which is bizarre, because generally I can give at least, one character I can compare X character to Y character, etc., but this anime, it's hard, because he has traits of different characters, but really, he is his own character, and that makes this anime very exciting to me, because it's hard to really figure out what this anime wants to be, because for one hand, it does have action, though I don't think it's going to be a heavy aspect to it. It seems more like a war fantasy series mixed with a lot of political struggles. I feel like that's what we're going to get with this anime, and that sounds damn exciting to me. But yeah, it's just, this character is unique as hell to me. I mean, we see him at the intro scene, pretty much acting like he is a coward, like he's scared with his mother. How many are you? Will you be able to protect me? And then once he learns there's 3, he snaps into battle mode, takes these 3 guys out, seems like a cold-hearted motherfucker, but then by basically the mid-section of it, you see him crying, or not quite crying, but pretty much lifeless and depressed, and his little, fairy creature there that basically has the ability to shine light is pretty much telling him, it was self-defense, it's okay. So he does take murder, seriously. He's not just, I will kill anyone in my way, he does regret it afterwards. Which is interesting, because some of the characters look like they were just, so appalled that they had to kill people, but then you learn that they were just more upset that they missed their shot and weren't as good as, our main character Ita, as well as Yatori and things like that. But it's fascinating watching this character. He has so many different moods, and almost it seems like personalities, but really it's more of just his mood. Like, he can be this really calm and kind of energetic guy who gets the, the party going kind of a thing. He can be an airhead who just needs to be thrown to the ground when he loses his cool. His temper can be scary, but he has a lot of humanity to him, and for that I really respect this show. Like, I don't know of an anime that got me to really question a main character as much as this guy in only 2 episodes, because I don't know what type of guy he's going to be. We know he's going to be a badass general by the end, as we saw with episode 1, and we see the princess narrates each episode at the end saying kind of, in this year this happened, in this year this happened, etc., but we'll have to wait and see. Now, I thought it was interesting how they actually escaped this island. It was actually rather clever. So what they end up doing, thanks to Icta's brilliant plan, is they basically steal this blimp, send it off unmanned. They put their weapons and items in there, so they look basically like prisoners, and Icta dresses up as one of these soldiers and says, listen, there is a fictional person in this blimp saying if we do not send these people back to the island here, we pretty much will steal this blimp forever, and they can't lose something as valuable as this, so they are able to progress through it. And I thought that was actually pretty clever. They didn't just fight their way with their badass skills, they used intelligence to get through this island. And it happened much faster than I was expecting. I thought for at least, half the season we'd be pretty much on this island kind of lost in the middle of a war going on, so it was actually interesting how fast it progressed, but really, it was really interesting, and we get to learn those creatures. I don't know their names, but when their basically master dies, you can take their like souls and you can reincarnate them into a different entity if you're at a chapel, pretty much. So that's actually pretty interesting. But yeah, I just have to say, Ikta is a very, very intriguing main character, and I'm really interested not only where is he going, and just basically where this story's going, because I think it's going to be more political and a military drama in a lot of ways, but we'll have to wait and see. But if you watched Alderamin episode 2, what did you think? Like, are you as impressed with this main character as myself? Because I think he's remarkable. He's very interesting. He has a lot of characteristics and traits to him that I think a lot of fictional stories don't put into their characters. I think for that, it really leads us to be something special. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe if you're new to my channel, and check out any playlist links in the description below for any other future videos. So until next time, everyone, please take care, have a good one.